Massive healthcare data breaches are reported at a rate of almost 2 times every single day. If it's never happened to your organization before, it might just be a matter of time until it does. Even if you think that your organization is doing everything right to prevent a HIPAA violation, it could still be possible. But don't worry, you can still prepare for possible breaches by learning from other experiences. Now let's make this a little more interesting than just going over examples of other companies' run-ins with HIPAA. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Moneypenny, and today I'm going to give you 6 HIPAA security lessons that you can learn from Disney. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Also, while you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. Now I know what you might be thinking. This guy is going to relate my company's highly sensitive data to a children's animated movie? Well, we all know that Disney can teach some very powerful lessons to kids. But believe it or not, some of these can apply to your security as well. First up, we have the Little Mermaid. Now, spoiler alert, but Ursula tricks Ariel into giving up her voice. At first, Ariel's a little hesitant, but she really wants to get a new pair of legs, so she agrees. But then Ursula uses her voice to try to take over the sea. Lesson number 1, if it sounds fishy, it's probably fishy. If you receive a suspicious email, then there's a high chance that it's a phishing attempt. A cybercriminal might be trying to trick you so they can steal sensitive information from you. Don't fall for their tricks, report the attempt, and don't engage with any emails or messages with the individual trying to attack you. Next up is Cinderella. She sneaks away to go to the ball, but she loses track of time. Cinderella has to rush home, and the prince doesn't get the chance to find out who she is. Later, her evil stepmother tries everything she can to ruin the chance for the prince to find Cinderella. She locks her in her attic bedroom. Of course, we know this story has a happy ending, but the lesson here is don't waste time. Act now to protect your systems and make a plan in case a breach occurs. If systems need to be updated, don't waste any time. If your data isn't secure, it's only a matter of time when hackers find and exploit the vulnerabilities within them, and they might end up locking you out of your system, demanding a ransom to return the data. Hercules teaches us a lesson about training hard. He has to learn to use his strength to defeat evil creatures, and he must train hard to become capable of doing this. The same goes for your company. Effective training for employees is necessary so that they know how to handle data, protect information against cybercriminals, and so they don't violate HIPAA regulations at all. So many data breaches are from human error, but training your employees can better prevent that. The next one here is a little bit different. A big lesson to learn from Alice in Wonderland is to be curious. Learning, exploring, and discovering new things usually has a positive connotation associated with it, and you should always try to learn more about security and how to protect sensitive information. But also, workforce members shouldn't be too curious.
And curiosity often leads to trouble.
Looking at sensitive data without authorization is not the lesson to learn from this. Accessing this information just out of curiosity will result in a HIPAA breach. Now let's talk about Tarzan. He befriends Jane, who traveled with her father and Clayton to study gorillas. Clayton has a different agenda altogether. He wants to hurt them, and Tarzan accidentally helps lead him right to that. Here's the lesson of always being cautious. There will always be a hacker that wants to try to deceive you and find your vulnerabilities, especially if you work within healthcare. Don't get too comfortable and assume that your security is perfect, or that your vendors are perfect as well. Someone will try to harm your organization, and you don't want to give them any chance to do that. If they do, it will disrupt your whole organization and all of your customers. To wrap things up, we have the Lion King. Simba seems to be having a midlife crisis, afraid of returning home because of his past. In the midst of all of this, the wise baboon Rafiki tells him,
"The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it." Ah, you see?
The same can apply to your organization as well. Seeing others affected by data breaches can cause a lot of panic. Will happen to me too. What if we aren't as secure? Maybe we should stop using this system or product just in case. Or maybe you've experienced a breach that already causes you to constantly worry or even pushes you to want to close altogether. Well, take this lesson from Rafiki. Learn from others and yours mistakes as well. And take action so that you're better prepared for the future. Disney teaches so many life lessons. It might be funny to think of these movies teaching lessons about data security, but a lot of the same lessons are learned by Disney characters that you can apply to your own organization as well to help avoid and prepare for data incidents. If you'd like to learn more about lessons for cybersecurity, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.